guys don't wear white. They don't wear white. They don't wear white. They don't wear white.
Welcome to Breakfast and BS with Vince and Friends. I'm your host Vince. As with me as always is Sergio Top Down Aloysius Cream Corn Sanchez and producer Virgil. We're here at Cenofontes in beautiful La Mesa, California, jewel of the hills. Fellas, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah,
Actually.
Well, we lost an hour of sleep today, and it's a big difference.
It is.
Like, yeah.
It feels like I'm in some sort of, surreal world right now.
I'm in limbo.
I feel a little more giggly today. I don't know why.
That's being loopy.
Yeah. So we'll start off with the old what sucked this week. Serge, you want to start us off?
What sucked this week? Oh, Jesus Christ. Let me tell you, I am starting to get really, 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 really fucking pissed off with this parking enforcement bullshit. You know what I mean? We have a store, one of the stores that I'm partnered on, happens to be in downtown San Diego or like uptown San Diego. They're trying to
San Diego.
They're trying to do shit up and right around 25th and Imperial.
Gentrify everything, make it a little more beard
so
friendly.
they think it's okay to cruise around these freaking. There's no parking for employees as usual. It's practically downtown. And, you park there for more than half an hour, and one of our company cars got freaking ticketed. This is the second time or third time, and it's like $50, $52, $53 fucking dollars, man. You know what I mean? It's like we're barely freaking making ends meet right now, in a lot of respects. And on top of that, we're dealing with this bullshit. So I get to send out a check, for one of our company check, for one of the company cars that got ticketed from being parked in for longer than whatever the time fucking allotted was. And then one time, last time it was because it was a street sweeper coming by, you know what I mean? And I don't know, man. It's not one fucking bullshit thing, it's another. What the fuck is it with parking, man? Can we just not create, enough parking and eliminate so much headaches and bullshit? But the reason why they don't is because they make money off of it, right? It's like, what's the reason, what's the point of having enough parking for everyone if you can, create this artificial, right, demand for parking, and then you can ticket people and you can charge people ridiculous amounts.
Well, I think also too, it's like they probably make more off of the penalties than they do
the
actual fees.
You know what's actually interesting? My dad works in the leasing. You know what I mean, here in San Diego. I'm not gonna name any names, or he used to anyways. He's retired now, so I guess I can say whatever the hell I want. But the shopping centers in downtown, like Horton Plaza, the parking structure actually makes more money than the shopping center does every year. And that's absolutely ridiculous to me. You know what I mean? The fact that, the reason why people are going there is making less money than the parking structure that's adjacent to it, which is ridiculous.
Parking is very important in downtown areas.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. It's a giant fucking pain in the ass. So anyway, sending another check for $50 some odd to the city of San Diego. Thank you very much, you assholes.
I blame Ace Parking.
Yeah. Well, in this case, it's not Ace Parking because it's not a private structure. It's the city streets. So anyway, just other than that, man, it's been good. I guess I'm just nitpicking at this point. The parking ticket, whatever. But fuck, it adds up, man. You get two or three of those, it's like you're talking $300. I think I got $300.
Yeah.
To spend on that shit.
And and really honestly, that is the most top reason why I do not go downtown very often. And people are like, hey, did you have something down? Nope.
Yeah.
The only reason why I'll go there is for business. If I have
if you have to, absolutely have to.
If I have a gig, then I'll do it. But the thing is, I'll park in whatever metered parking, whatever. But I would say though, if it's a business reason, then you can write that off. Yeah.
Well,
you could save the
little ticket stub or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if illegal parking can be I'm sure the government has some sort of workaround to screw you over both ways. Anyway, just nitpicking. Parking in downtown, shitty as always.
All right, Virg, what do you got for us?
Okay, so it wasn't so much really as a sucky week for me. It was crazy. Crazy, but nothing so much sucks. But
they're all crazy now.
Yeah. So work has been. For my mental health is actually better
but then you have a lot of people coming in, and and the new people, when you when they're just getting used to the environment and stuff like that, and then you kind of have to explain to them, this person's hard to work with, this person's really cool, then you go through that whole, history in your brain, like, avoid this person, you have to talk this way, certain person, and a lot of it too is just, people who are, experts, even though they're experts and they're on their high horse, you do have to tell them, like, look, your expertise is in this, but you're not an expert in teaching, or you're not an expert in, marketing and stuff like that. So don't think that people are automatically going to get it just because you know your stuff, but then you have to have some type of, I won't say filter, but some type of mediary in between to understand that, okay, here's the information, here's the way we're going to present it to people so they can understand it. You got to give them analogies, you got to give them, scenarios and things like that, because not everyone's going to get it. Not everyone has the same brain. So I think for those people out there who, if you've done a lot, you worked a lot, you've studied, you've done your research, that's great. Thank you for helping the community and thank you for helping the industry. But sometimes you got to kick yourself in the butt. Like, hey, I'm cool at doing what I do, but I need to understand that I need to be humble.
Yeah.
And need to, communicate with all varieties of life, not just yourself. So
you know what's funny, man? My professional experience, you know what I mean? It's the same thing. Some of the smartest people, no one will want to work with them, right? Just because their attitude, it's almost like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to take the time to explain this to you, even though, you know what I mean? It's like, you have to. It's not that anybody's less intelligent than anybody else. I'm a firm believer in that. I mean, obviously, there's exceptions to the rule, but for the most part. But the thing is, people think in different ways. It's different ways of seeing the world. It's, you know what I mean? You might have different experiences, so it makes you, like producer Virgil said, might make you an expert in a certain area. But you can't just assume and be on your high horse that everyone else has that same level of knowledge, and you really just have to be humble. Like you said. So yeah, definitely.
All right.
Vince.
So, what sucked with me is simple. You might hear it in my voice a little bit. I've caught a fucking cold.
Again.
No. This is the gambit I went. I had a heat stroke. I got the fucking flu. I shook that bitch. And then I got chorro. And here I am with a fucking cold. Jesus Christ. What the hell? Lord, why have I smited? Like, why have you smoten me? Smited me.
You're middle of being smitten.
Yes.
Smitten.
It's a different, like...
I'm in the middle of being smited. So that's what sucks with me this week, is because I'll have 1-2 days where I feel human again, and then universal nut punch and I'm sick. So yeah, it is what it is. I mean, shit happens. I'm getting sick again. Hopefully one day I won't go through this again, at least for a month. All right, now I'd like to get to our first little topic story. How my wonderful co-host Sergio got his nickname Top Down. As you know, when I start the show, I ramble off a bunch of nicknames. Some are earned, some are given. He earned Top Down. So, a few years ago, I owned a 2000 Chrysler Sebring with a convertible top, and we were on our way to Oceanside from National City here in San Diego, and we were going to go to see wrestling at Oceanside, and it was kind of dusk, about to become evening, and Sergio was like, oh, it's so nice, let's just cruise with the top down. About halfway on the freeway, it got cold as balls, because the sun was down.
Oceanside is fucking freezing, yeah.
So the rest of the way, with the top down, we're freezing our huevitos off. And we're just going, oh, so ride with the top down, you say. Oh, it'll be fun, you say. Top down. So that's how Sergio earned the nickname Top Down.
Look, convertibles were made for California. How the fuck was I supposed to know that was the one goddamn day where it was going to be 30 degrees?
The weather. No, and I said it was going to get cold.
So was there a direct effect to everyone's facial hair or head?
Well, I'm not one to tell tales out of school, but let's just say we had to turn the heater on so we can get our balls off the leather seats.
Luckily, I had a hoodie on and I ended up zipping it up, so people probably thought that I was an asshole driving around with my hoodie up down.
You were. And that explains that. If you ever wonder, why the hell you get called Top Down?
There's about 12 more nicknames. We'll get to those sometime.
Oh, I'll explain Aloysius right now. I just like the sound of it. You know, just when you throw it all in there together,
it brings things together.
It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is pretty much producer Virgil. Sergio, you could chime in. Now, as you know, the Smiths were eligible to be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year.
For the third year.
And, you know, there was always high talk. But hypothetically, if the Smiths did get inducted, I think they should be. I mean, let's face it, they have a lot worse than the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But that's not for me to judge. But do you think Mara and Morrissey could patch things up for one show? Or is it just everybody's pipe dream?
You know, I do not think it's going to happen. I only believe that because Morrissey does not like Mike Joyce. No, I mean, they're not going to have the same drummer because it's just, you know, hey, you sued me. You know, now I'm going to play with the guy who sued me. You know, I don't think it's going to happen. But the thing is, I mean, personally, you know, because you got to hear all sides, and this actually will probably transition to another conversation, which is a little weird because there's a lot of people who, you know, have their preferences. But anyway, I mean, honestly, the Hall of Fame is a huge popularity contest. I mean, you really had.
Yeah.
I mean, Green Day, you know, over, I forget who it was. It was like some other like rock and roll legend. I'm like, and they didn't get inducted. How does that happen? It's I find it ridiculous.
Where's Deep Purple? I mean, Smoke on the Water. Every freaking guitar player since then has started with Smoke on the Water.
Yeah. So I don't get it. It's either like, you know, you don't update people on, you know, it's like when they introduce a new wrestler, you know, you don't do vignettes or whatever like that. But they're like, they have this huge like history, you know, in other promotions and things like that. But then you don't tell everyone what they've done. They just like, oh, here's this new guy who's never done anything ever in his life.
WWE's catching on to that. And
Good.
starting to do it more.
Well, I mean, if they didn't have Triple H, then they wouldn't.
When AJ Styles came in, they were like former IWGP heavyweight champion,
right,
or two-time whatever, been around the world and did this, that, and the other. I think they're getting smart. Like, hey, you know, people know who these guys are.
Yeah. Yeah. See, they opened up the bubble just a little bit. Anyway, it's such a weird situation, you know, and that's the thing is I actually, if you think about it, my tribute band's actually been around almost more, like 2.5 times longer than the actual real band, you know, and that's the thing is artists are, you know, creative and, you know, they make the best stuff, but yeah, the egos you do have to serve, and it's a weird dynamic you have to balance.
So basically, you don't think
the short answer is no.
You don't think Maz and Morrissey could patch it up for one show?
I think Mara and Morrissey could, but not with all the original members.
But let's face it. I mean, everybody would love to see the original Smiths play, but really, everybody just kind of wants to see Maz and Morrissey.
Yeah, Mara and Morrissey.
One last time.
Oh yeah.
Or for the first time.
Well,
I mean, I would geek out.
And totally. I mean, because I went to the Johnny Marr concert on Sunday, and man, that was. I mean, I was riding on a high for like 2 or 3 days, because just how close I was to him, and I'm like, this is the guy who created the music, because you can't just have the singer be the star. It was a team effort, and this is the other quarter of that band. That it was like there's a legend in front of me, and I don't know how to react, you know.
Okay, so I want to talk to you guys. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? There's a movie coming out called Hardcore Henry. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I've heard of it. I don't know what it's.
No clue.
Okay, so it looks like it's supposed to be like a first-person movie experience. That whole
They tried that in Doom. It was a fucking shitstorm.
exactly, and they're advertising it as the first one ever.
Yeah, no, true that.
We don't have a memory.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't anymore. I mean, damn television's right in my brain.
So what is this first person movie? That sounds absolutely horrible.
It is.
It sounds like the whole found footage freaking thing where it might be cool the first time as a novelty, but we really don't need that.
Yeah. So it's basically like you're some guy apparently named Henry who gets hurt or blown up or whatever. I don't even know. And gets pieced back together by your wife, super scientist, whatever.
Okay.
Then terrorists come in and kidnap her, and it's your job to discover your new abilities as being the basically what is it, the $6 million man, and get her back. And I'm just like, this looks completely horrible. Like,
Yeah.
I don't mind first person in a shooting game.
Yeah. I mean, shit. That's a classic.
I'm not the biggest first person shooter game in the world person.
You're getting pretty damn good at it, though.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah.
But sweet baby Jeebus, why would I want to sit through that? I was getting motion sickness just watching the goddamn trailer.
That's the thing. That's the main thing. You know, I don't understand what this whole crossover between video games and movies. You know,
They're trying to marry two successful things. I think the games are probably more successful, but
they definitely makes more money. But the thing is, they're two different mediums for a reason, right? You know, and it's one of the reasons why also there hasn't been a lot of very successful video game or movies based on video games too, because most of them the plot just isn't there, right? It's not meant for you to. It evolves as you play the game, and you create the plot as you go. Movies is a very passive experience. Video games is a very more active, where you have an active role in it. At least nowadays.
yeah. I mean, I agree. Like movies like Cloverfield and stuff. I mean, I was sick.
Oh
I
God,
mean,
we were just talking about that shitstorm earlier today.
and then I after the movie, I went to go. Like all of us, we go to the bathroom afterward. And in one of the stalls, someone had gotten sick. I was like, "Oh man!"
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, but what the hell was it? One of the Paranormal Activities. One of it was like Paranormal Activities in the Hood or whatever. I forget which number.
29, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like I got bad motion sickness from watching that
Yeah.
fucking thing. Like I saw 2 with you. That scared the living shit out of me. Don't get me wrong. I'm very manly scared shit. But yeah. But then I was like, oh, the new one. I'll watch it. But that thing was just so much shaky cam. I was like, so much.
That passes as a movie nowadays.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
So much so
Thank you,
that
Blair Witch Project.
so much so that I almost got my mom almost sent me home when I went to go visit her because I was
Yeah.
pale and I was out of it. I think it was like my niece's birthday or something like that, or someone we were there for like to celebrate something, and I almost got sent home just because it got me so freaking nauseous.
Yeah.
We probably won't be an astronaut anytime soon.
Nope. Funny because I was playing what the hell was it? Battlefront. Speaking of first-person shooters, yesterday, and I don't play online for nothing. I mean, I'm a horrible player when it comes to playing with people in online, and I just don't want the criticism.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what, dude? I got to start ranking up here because Johnny Lowe's like fucking over 9,000. He's not. He's like level fucking 15, 17 or some shit. I don't know. But I was like, I gotta start leveling up here. And I was doing pretty good. I was proud of myself. But then I got fucking, I was like, okay, I'm dizzy. I'm nauseous. I need to just lay here, curl into a ball, and close my eyes for a while.
Right. Yeah, and also, too, don't overload yourself with 3D stuff because you only the human, like, your eyes can't be on that for too long.
There's a problem with early movies, right? Where people were starting to get headaches.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Stupid me, because I would play Arkham Asylum, and I got the 3D edition, and I would feel sick. Like, after a certain amount of hours, I was like, why do I feel so crappy right now? And, because I was, like, really engaged with the story and stuff. And I think what happened was after I finished the game, and I'm like going through the settings, like, oh, it's on 3D.
And oh man, I felt like such an idiot. But still, it's like, but they should have warnings about that.
Yeah. I think they do.
Built in the game though.
Right. Oh yeah, I gotcha. I think there was a game way back when, and I was a lot younger when I started playing video games and stuff. I think it was like Unreal Tournament. It was so fast that I could only play it for so long because then you would start to get dizzy because it's just such a fast paced.
Can't we just go back to County Warriors?
What else you got there, Vince?
I just thought we'd get into another one of our little bit of guilty pleasures / pleasures. So, one of my favorite movies for just pure entertainment value, because it makes me happy. It's just entertaining. I'm not expecting Gone to fucking win. The A-Team with Liam Neeson and Rampage Jackson. I love that movie. I think we saw it in the movie theaters together.
I do remember watching it. It was fun. It was fun.
Whenever it's on TV, like on FX or FXX or FXXXX, I enjoy watching it. That'll stop me in my tracks for a little bit, just going, I like this movie. Oh. Serge, you got one for a little pleasure?
In terms of movies,
music.
We're kind of pseudo on the topic of movies, so and video games. So two things very near and dear to my heart. But God, I was just thinking about it the other day, and I was listening to the theme music, man. RoboCop. That movie is just a balls to the wall ride from the beginning to the end, and just amazing.
Very funny, balls to the wall, and you say RoboCop. There's some poor soul out there missing a couple olives in the.
Hey, he shouldn't have been trying to take advantage of some young woman in Detroit. So anyway, that movie, the Terminator 2, especially, I remember very fond memories when I was a kid. I went to go watch it with my dad, and the theater was so packed we couldn't even sit next to each other. But we were kind of exchanging glances between some of the action sequences, and I could tell he was enjoying it. And one of my fondest memories of when I was a kid, because that movie just grabs you by the balls from the get-go and doesn't let go. So that movie, James Cameron, man, I know an earlier podcast I talked about his great work with the Aliens franchise. He basically set that up. Terminator, regardless of what's happened to the franchise now, if it wasn't for James Cameron, we wouldn't, I don't think we would have been talking about it past, the initial installment of that, that movie series.
Would Arnold Schwarzenegger still be Arnold Schwarzenegger if it wasn't for Terminator?
I really don't think so. You know what I mean? I really don't. I mean, he had done other stuff, Conan and stuff, but nothing that propelled him into that as quickly as Terminator. Yeah.
All right.
I sent this to a coworker on Tuesday or something because we just started talking about random fun stuff, but I said, "Oh, have you seen the story of Ricky O?" And he looked at me kind of blankly. Do you remember the Daily Show with this one part where I guess he went through a list and there's this scene where this guy's like smashing this guy's head and stuff? Okay, that is from Ricky O.
Okay.
Probably one of the coolest special effect kung fu movies of its time.
Really?
I mean,
like the head exploding.
Because they would take scenes directly from the comic book, and I mean it's ridiculous. I mean it's wonderful. So it's actually on YouTube, full movie.
Oh yeah.
So if any of you have not seen it, you must see this. If you like special effects and gore and stuff like that, it's perfect. And also the dubbing is it's
fantastic.
I don't want to say it's flawless, but it's just a level below that because you'll have a good laugh.
Deliciously flawless.
Oh, it's awesome. I love it.
Make me action fighter.
There you go. That was it right there. I think we have to end the show now.
All right. So you can find Sergio Sanchez on Facebook at Sergio Sanchez. He's the one riding the tank because let's face it, there's got to be about 1 million of them on Facebook. Help support our buddy Virgil, Still Ill, San Diego Smith, tribute to the Smiths and Morrissey. And you can find them on Instagram at Still Ill Moz, our Smiths Moz tribute. And on Facebook, like them, support them. Maybe one day he'll actually put out some merch.
Yeah, I'm working on it this year.
Besides actually like a bumper sticker every here and there.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to run your own business by yourself when you just make the instrument the
the band do their thing, and I have to do everything else.
I'm just saying, you know. But we got a nice little dichotomy here. You know, you produce the show, Sergio edits, I'm the talent.
Yeah, perfect.
You know, it works out great. And you can find me at Maldacilo1904 on both Instagram and Twitter. Thanks for stopping by. I'll get the check.